All right. Well, let's see how this goes, huh? I don't know how the audio is going to sound. I'm not real sure how any of this is going to go because I'm using a new plugin. But let's give it a shot, right? So what I want to do is I want to start a little episode, a little playlist here of Facebook Marketplace searches for project cars, which is what you can see here in the background. As far as there's a bunch of cars here. So what I've done here is simply project cars and trucks in the search results there, or in the search queue, and then West Middletown, Pennsylvania, within 500 miles of that location, because Lord knows we're not going to find anything interesting anywhere near, near here. So I always leave the price alone, delivery method, none of this stuff. I fill none of this in because I want essentially a broad spectrum of what there is out there to see. So let's dive right in here. 1960 Chevrolet El Camino with title. Title is very important when we start talking about project cars because without a title you can't do much with it. And this is a winged El Camino. As you can see, the big giant wings on it, $8,500 right over here in Mentor, Ohio. I'm sure it has 99,000 miles on it. That's, we'll get more into that. So we come over here to a square body Chevy, 85 Chevrolet Silverado, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just somebody throwing a number in there because that has to be a completed field. That is in Atwater, Ohio. So we've got 123K miles again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. See how that goes. So that is, that listing doesn't really have a whole bunch of proper information, but it does have a lot of information. We do have somebody joining us. I don't know who it is, but the live chat is open. So if you guys want to add into the chat there, by all means, dive right on in. So the next up is the 1950 Chevrolet Deluxe. This most likely has an inline 6-cylinder in it. $6,000, which probably isn't a bad price. Let's check this one out. Let's see what this looks like here. I don't know exactly how fast this is going to be. What's going on? Hi, sis. How are you? Sis is in the other room here, but I'm glad that it's working because apparently she is getting it. All right, so we got a more-door here, 4-door 1950 Chevy Deluxe. Got some curb feelers on it. Looks like we got a set of pipes on it, Lakewoods. I mean, depending on what you're after, being a 4-door, it's not really what I'm after, but this could be a good entrance into the hobby. Nice set of wide whites on it. Everything looks to be blacked out as far as the rear bumper. Got some bumperettes on it there. Not a bad looking car. Has a big sun visor on the front of it from the looks of things. Let's see what the other view looks like here. Yep, big sun visor on the front. Some nice pinstriping on it. Not a bad looking car, but not for me. Yep, straight 6, 216 cubic inches, 3-speed. That'll be 3 on the tree. So, yeah, this is basically a almost a stock 1950 Chevy 4-door, so not really a hot rod. It does have some customization on it, but not a whole bunch. Again, not my style, but might make somebody a really good first step into the hobby. So we'll come down here. Oh, look at this, 1948 Ford over in Dayton, Ohio for $13,000. This looks like it's a 2-door. 2-door Fords, simply meaning that's spelled Tudor. It's essentially a fastback body style, not so much a like a businessman's coupe or a coupe per se. So this is going to have a long back with a big back window. Yeah, there you go. So this will be a 1948 Ford 2-door. Nice looking car, man. This thing is clean from the looks of things. Pretty blue. Looks like we've got the factory wheels, hubcaps, beauty rings. Everything looks to be in place. $13K may not be a bad price for this car. It should be a V8. Going to be 3 on the tree. None of these were. Everything is in place. Historical, nice interior, clean. You can see all the Bakelite here on the dash. It's all been baked out. It's kind of the wrong color now. But this is a bone stock 1948 Ford. Yep, there's your V8, flathead V8. Looks like everything's pretty much stock under there. These things did have 2 water pumps, so each bank had a water pump. One on the left, one on the right. You see the belt driving everything there. Fan drive on the front. Still 6 volt. Hasn't been converted over to the 12 volt yet. And this is not a crab cap, or is it? Where is this? Looks like, I'm not sure what this is. Showing some of my, I'm not an expert in all of these. I know just about enough to get in trouble with a lot of things. See what else we got here. We're right back to the beginning on the pictures. So yeah, that is a good looking car. 1948 Ford Super Deluxe 2-door sedan. Very good condition. I agree. It looks as though it is. Fun to drive and takes to car shows. 3 family owned and always garage kept. No rust. It's got a 239 flathead V8, 3-speed column shift. Installed all 5 new Firestone radial tires and replaced all fluid. Car runs and drives great. So yeah, this would be a real nice one just to get you into cruising and into going to car shows. Again, this is not a hot rod. This is a really nice stock 1948 Ford. Let's see what's up next. I actually have a 46 Businessman's Coupe, which is it's got a really short coupe body and then a long trunk on the back of it that my dad had redone back in the day. But that one will most likely be going over to Sissy once we get to that point. Oh, now we're going to hit Mustang Alley. So we got no, this is a Spider, 1978 Fiat 124 Spider. Yo, what's up, Bratley? Did you find a set of speakers for the for Darth Vader yet? So you guys see there, Brad's now in the chat. He was over today with his Paps truck, which is now Nate's truck, and front speakers aren't working on it, so we were pissing around with that a little bit. But back to what we've got going on here. The Mustang Alley, 1966 Ford Mustang for $6K over at Fairfax, Virginia. So Virginia car, it shouldn't be that rusty. I'm sure it's still going to have some rust in it, but it's not going to be terrible. So what we'll do is we'll take a look here. We've got a $6,000 66 from Fairfax, Virginia, and a $7,000 65 from Rochester, PA, which is up along the river here, not too far from me. I would say about 45 minutes to about 45 minutes out of Pittsburgh. So this is the Virginia car. On a set of dollies there, looks like it's had a aftermarket fender on it. Doesn't look terrible. Got some pieces missing off the front end there. Is that looks like a vinyl top car. This thing almost looks as though it's barn fresh. Here, of course, it's not. It's out in the rain. It does have a set of hood pins. No idea what engine's in this thing just yet. It does say it has an automatic transmission. I'm going to say it's a V8, considering that there is 2 exhaust pipes on it, but let's see if he tells us. So we've got a beautiful 1966 Mustang Coupe. I bought it recently and don't have time to restore it. Have all the original paperwork and keys. It was garage kept by a coworker for 20 years. There is no rust whatsoever. So this guy doesn't give us a whole lot of information, and his pictures aren't the greatest either, so we can't deduce a lot from that. I am going to say it's a V8, just simply because the twin tailpipes and what I can see here in the engine compartment, it looks as though that's a V8. Doesn't look to be a terrible car for $6,000. This may be a good beginning for you. Get you started, get moving along those lines. Let's take a look at the Rochester car. The Rochester car, maybe. There we go. So this is a 65, so we're a year older, and this one here is local to me. I could actually just throw the trailer on the back of Henry and head right on up there to pick it up. Slow internet. I don't know how this, there we go, maybe, there we go. Oh, we got a little video here. So this is a 6-cylinder car. We'll get past the video. Looks like we got a bunch of body work right here in the fenders and stuff. A lot of stuff going on there. Factory set of hubcaps. My man's putting a new exhaust system on it by the looks of things. Yeah. Oh, here we go. This is bad decisions right here. This picture looks like it may be coming right out of the 80s, man. I don't know. We got old Uncle Buck back there washing his square body Chevy. $7,000 for this thing. You definitely can tell which of the two is a better deal at this point. This thing has definitely got some body work done here in the lower rockers. Looks like we got a rust hole here in the driver's front fender. The roof is definitely showing some rust. Now that looks like surface rust, mind you, but still yet, it does have surface rust in the roof. The hood, everything's here. We got some black blue there on the passenger fender. Some starting fluid on the dash. Things are starting to add up here. Looks like we got the square body in the background was just rinsed off there. Oh, okay, so this thing was in a, I don't know, front end collision. Who knows what this is? We're missing the driver's side headlamp. Everything's all beat up. Apparently it's from Vegas. I don't know. Yeah, this thing's looking pretty sketchy here. 6-cylinder. Apparently it does run. This is what the video is going to show us. 28-second video. I do like these videos in the ads now. It tells you a lot more. You know, you can deduce more from a video than you can just a picture. Looks like we've got some rocking and a rolling going on there. Interesting. So let's see what this guy says about it. This car is rebuild. Maybe this car is a rebuild, or this car needs rebuild. I don't know what this car is rebuild stands for. Comes with almost everything to rebuild completely. Engine runs, spare engine as well. Insane amount of new parts to build her to your liking. So the price on this car, the $7,000 price tag, is most likely because he has a lot of money in new parts apparently. But the car itself, as we saw, the car in Virginia is in much better condition than this car here in Rochester, Pennsylvania. So if it were up to me and I was looking for a Mustang right now, I think I'd be taking the trailer to Virginia to see what's going on with that Virginia Mustang. This Fiat really doesn't interest me that much. So here we go, 51 Chevrolet Skyliner Deluxe, another four-door. For some reason we're into the Chevys here at 51. We looked at a 50 earlier. 65 F-150 custom cab for $10,000. This guy is awful proud of this truck. We got to go take a look and see what a $10,000 1965 F-150 looks like, if it's going to let us get in there. While we're waiting on it, another square body Chevy here, 1980 C10 Scottsdale. But here we go. So this guy's telling me 50,000 miles. Blue with blue interior. It does have a clean title. This is in Holly, Michigan, and it looks like possibly that's an original paint job. I do believe that's an original color for these trucks, and looking at the way everything's split up, I'm going to say that is all original. Custom cab. We call these slicks, right? Because it looks like it's a slick. It's got the slick sides on it. pretty decent condition from the looks of things. I don't know what's going on here in this wheel. If that's just rust or what's happening there. The one thing, of course, with these old Ford pickups, you do have to be aware that the fuel tank is in the back of the cab. So you're going to be riding with the fuel tank there right behind you. Back side of this thing, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. This is typical rear bumper for these. It does have dual exhaust, no plates, so Lord only knows how long it's been off the road. The back side of this bed does look like it's had some work done to it, but I mean, you know, what are you looking at there? There's a bunch of mud in the front of this thing, so it's been painted, definitely has been painted. And the reason I say there's a bunch of mud here is if you look at that, you can see where it looks like it's been chipped out of there. So yeah, I'm going to say it does have some mud in it. Oh yeah, without a doubt. So there's definitely some mud in that front fender. Not a bad looking truck. This guy's got quite a bit of pictures of it, which is nice. Nice shifter coming up out of the dash or out of the floor. No radio. Seat cover is just some type of aftermarket thrown in there. Paint wore off. So this thing is, it's either a really good cruiser or it's going to need a total overhaul. And again, somebody did hack a big hole in the dash there. Looks like everything's in place like it should be. We're missing a knob on probably, I think it's the headlight switch. But for the most part, everything is in place. Inside of the bed looks really nice. Truck has been used. A bunch of the paint missing there, but that's to be expected. Ford 9-inch under the rear. There's your dual exhaust we were talking about earlier. And just some surface rust from the looks of things. Nothing out of this world that's going to would cause me any worry. Looks like we might have some leaking wheel cylinders here. You can see some wet appearance on the back of the backing plates there. And Fetty's with us now. So yeah, Brad, you need to get them ordered up. Like we said, once you get those speakers ordered, we'll go ahead and get them things going for you. So this is FE V8 power, front sump oil pan. We're looking at the front of this thing. Now this is twin I-beam, so it's two-wheel drive, so it has the twin traction beam. Long arms on it here, as you can see. But fuel pump with the fuel filter on it there. I mean, nothing really looks out of place under here. Definitely has a set of headers on it. Frame looks like it's in really good shape. I don't know that it's worth 10 grand yet, but I am liking what I'm seeing here. Yep. So we have, I don't know, is that an FE or is that, what is that? I don't think it's an FD. I think it's some variation of maybe a 292 to, what else do we have there? Up in the 300s. The reason I say that, maybe, I don't know, that might be a parting line right here, where the intake is coming all the way over into the head, which would make that like a 360 or a 390 FE. Right back to the beginning. Let's see if he tells us what motor's in this thing. He runs 10K Ford 65 F100 custom cab. Starts and runs, nice for cruising around town. V8 with 4 on the floor. Come and check it out. See that. So, yeah, he doesn't tell us a whole lot about the mechanicals or what's going on with the truck, but I would think for 10K, I would want a whole lot more information. But he is going to have a bunch of guys that are trying to get a hold of him and get questions answered that might be interested. But that price may scare him off too, because this truck you can find a lot of them for a lot cheaper. Maybe not with that FEV8 in it, but you can definitely find them for cheaper than where he's at. Square body Chevy, another we got an old 72 C20, 3/4 ton, square body 79 C10, another Mustang. This one's in Clinton, Maryland, for $5,500. There we go, 81 Chevrolet Z28 Coupe, $2,500 over in Bellefontaine. Let's take a look at this thing real quick. This is my brothers. Both of my brothers are Chevy guys. I'm the only Ford guy in the family, and my eldest brother is in love with these things. He has his fair share of them. Let's see, front end's off of it. Looks like it's all there anyway. Chevy V8. I do like these old style slotted mags. Got a couple different front ends to choose from here. I doubt it probably comes with all of those. The interior is very sparse. Dash is garbage. Gonna need carpet. Yeah, this is most definitely the project car, which that's what we're looking for. Looks like I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that this car doesn't run. Looks like maybe Negan owned it at one point, although there was no barbed wire on the bat, so maybe this is pre-barbed wire for Negan. Can't really tell much from that picture other than it's a multicolored car. We got a white door, white fender, orange hood, orange roof. Keep going here. So somebody found a decent parts car somewhere and stole a bunch of parts off of it. Because here we got a white fender, white door, white front clip, of course. And then it looks like the car is either brown or orange. This rear quarter panel is black, so good Lord. It's hard to tell what is going on with this car. And we're right back to the beginning. So let's take a look and see. 1981 Z28 top car. Z28 top car. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, maybe T-top. That's what this is supposed to be. He's missing a T. With the 350 V8 T-top, car numbers matching. Car did run and drive years ago. Well, I mean, technically, when it ran off the line, it ran and drove, right? So, before it was parked. Yeah. Has been sitting for 8 years, so I can send more pics looking to sell and trade. If you're listing a car for sale and you're willing to send somebody more pics, just put them in the ad. Honest to goodness, it's easier to put them in the ad. That way everybody can see them and you don't have to send them later, right? Not for me. Price at $2,500. I don't know, Rowdy, what do you guys think? $2,500 for a old bunch of parts there. 31 Ford Aerostar. I'm pretty sure they didn't make Aerostar vans in 1931, but that's probably what Facebook made them do. This almost looks like the same car, $6,000 in Knoxville. This one's in Fairview, Michigan, so nope, they're definitely not the same car. $1,500 from $15,900, a 51 GMC 250 dually. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. 59 Ford Galaxy Skyliner. This almost looks like a retractable hardtop. I don't know if they did that in 59, but $10K, I'm going to probably say that it is a retractable. We're about to find out. Yes, it is a retractable. So let me see if I can show you why I think it's a retractable. If you look at the hood or the roof line right here, it actually has a line across the top of it. So once the trunk opens and this top goes down, this flips underneath so that it'll fit in the trunk. Look what's in the back. This guy must have found a bunch of these sitting somewhere. Not very many pictures. They're all kind of up just the sides. We really can't tell the condition of the car. It looks like it's in decent shape, but Lord only knows what the floors and stuff look like here. Again, not a lot of information for $10,000. 1959 Ford Skyliner Fairview Galaxy 2-door, all original with minor work, will run and drive. Motor should be a 352. Never looked into it to be for sure. Clear title, interior complete minus carpet. Never tried the top, but I'm sure it's functional. Asking $10,000. Not many of these left or built. Open a lot of other classics for sale too. Yeah, again, I need more information for $10K. Pictures specifically, whether it is a 352, whether it's the right 352, if it's all been kind of just jalopy together or thrown together. We definitely need some more information on that car. Not a bad looking car though. I do like the Fairlanes. Always loved the retractable hardtops, just because you know, it was in and of its own realm. I like looking around the pictures here. See the Pinto up front. I don't know what that thing is. I do. It's got my wheels on it though, for sure. We're just trying this out here, guys. If you like this type of thing, if you like this kind of video, by all means, let me know. That way we can maybe do this, I don't know, once or twice a week. But Lord knows there's going to be enough cars out there that we can just continue on talking about this sort of thing. Right here we go. KJ, if you're watching this video, this is something that you might be interested in. We've got a 1973 Plymouth Duster for $5,000. Says here it's got 700 miles on it, and it's in New Philly, Ohio. So that's not very far from us here. It's got some kind of crazy jalopy hood scoop on it that says it has a 340 in it, or did at one time. This looks like some type of headlight delete, air intake. I don't know what the heck's going on there, why that's kind of like that, but what are you going to do? Moving on, let's see. Looks like that is the only picture of this car we get. We don't get multiple pictures of this bad boy. I do like the big slicks in the back and Kragers. 1973 Plymouth Duster, numbers matching, 318 V8 automatic. I have a 340 short block with crank that goes with the car. I have brand new quarter panels still in the box, solid car. I have everything besides headlights in the front seat. All original metal besides new quarter panels. Clean title in hand, $5,000 cash, possible trades. Whew. Depending on what the floor looks like, whether it's worth $5,000 or not. New quarter panels tells me that the quarter panels are roached, which you can see here in this picture. The back of that quarter panel is MIA. Not there. I don't know. KJ, you tell me. 73 Duster, is it worth $5,000? If it were a 71, I would probably say 100%. And I'm going to say a 73. Yeah, it maybe is a little overpriced, but what did he pay for those quarters? I mean, he's probably got $1,000 in quarters, let alone you know, the rest of the car. Plus, you'll get this awesome 340 hood scoop, right? What are we going to do? See where this goes. Come on, guys. There we go. All right, so next, innovate with Amazon. I'm not really interested in that. 72 GMC Sierra C10 factory AC. That's an odd bird in North Carolina. That's going to be a good looking truck. Washington, PA. You guys interested in a 1990 Ford Thunderbird Super Coupe? Let's see, 90 Super Coupe. That should be a 4-cylinder turbo for 90. Or is that going to be the 3.8 supercharged? It is a Super Coupe. It's got all the correct body flarings on it. I definitely don't like these 90s wheels that they've got on this poor thing. Looks like it's in decent shape. I'm not a fan of the color. This guy has taken some decent pictures of it. So far we've had, you know, both sides. This is a rear quarter third of the passenger side. Complete rear, as you can see here, Thunderbird SC, denoting that it is an SC. I like the Wagoneer in the background, with the big American flag on the front of it. That's pretty cool. Driver's side rear third, got some rust going on here in that C-pillar. Interior, 1990, expect it to be roached out. It's an automatic. Looks like we got the full power seats in it, lumbar on the sides, typical 80s, 90s cars. Don't try and sit in the back seat of this car. This one's still based on the Fox body, so not very big at all, to say the least. VAC boost PSI, so I believe, I still don't know. I don't know if this is going to be the 4-cylinder or the V6 trunk. I really like this listing. All right, there you go. It's the V6 3.8 liter with the Eaton supercharger, twin screw, belt-driven intake there. So not a bad engine. As you can see in this picture, it is running. I can tell that it is running because of the way that it is. At least I think it's running. Right? I think all these pulleys are moving. Of course, the AC pulley won't be moving, but looks like it is running in that picture. Yeah, I'll get it. 1990 Ford, let's see, now we got an interior pick. Looks like 37. I'm sure it's 137,000. I don't know why it says 70,000 over here. and then we're right back to the beginning. So a really nice listing as far as pictures are concerned. Let's see what this looks like. Running and driving project car needs some TLC and is priced accordingly. 3.8 liter supercharged V6 automatic. Shows 70,000 miles, but don't believe that's accurate. So likely it's 170. Gonna need tires, power window regulators. It's a 1990. Doesn't surprise me. Body is solid. Some rust underneath. Rockers and floors. Interior is clean. 2,500 firm. This Rad Classic Motorsports in Finley Street, Washington, PA. I've never heard of these people, nor do I have any idea where they are located. Looking in the background here, we got a Volvo Exploder, I think that's a Bug, or is that a Porsche? Well, same thing, right? Oh, that's ATI. Okay, so I know where these guys are now that I see where the picture's taken there. But that may not be a bad daily driver. 2,500 bucks. I'm sure, you know, it's a little rough around the edges, but 2,500 bucks, man, that thing. That'd be something different to daily drive, that's for sure. Garnett Tools, what's going on, Jaron? Yeah, we threw a live together here. My man got me a camera here, so we're trying that out. I do have a green screen over there, but I haven't figured out OBS enough yet to use the green screen. So this is kind of where we're at. Just doing a little project search here. Wanted to jump on for a couple minutes, see how this would go, put some of that out there in the world, you know, so we can see what's happening. Let's see. What's next? Yeah, like I said, I think that would be a cool. I always like these cars. Again, based on the Fox Body Mustang, so you know a lot of the parts interchange. 1948 Pontiac Silver Streak. We just sold one of these. The old man, my dad, actually had one, and I think his was a 46 Silver Streak, and he had rebuilt the engine in it. It had a flathead 6-cylinder in it. Did a couple of things to the engine and stuff, but it was a 4-door, and this one is not. This is a 2-door. This is actually a funky kind of looking car, man. It's got that long front end with these super long front fenders. The fender actually goes into the door. When this door opens, it folds inside of the fender in itself. The Chevys did too, but I like the Pontiacs. I think the Pontiacs look a little better than the Chevys in these years. And this rear end, it just kind of looks like two different cars put together in the middle, like something Bad Chad would put together up there in Canada land. So let's see what the listing looks like here. Got a set of crummy reverses on it. It definitely is rat rodish project car. It's in Westfield, Massachusetts. 4,500 bucks. So this is still the Rust Belt. The car itself, yeah, I can see some rust holes here in the fenders, where the fender in that fender line where everything's coming together. A couple dents in the trunk where there was too much stuff in the trunk and they were trying to get it closed. Yeah. Rear 3/4, and we're right back to the front. So we've got 4 pictures in this listing. Nothing under the hood, nothing in the interior. I already have a real good idea of what's going on in the interior of this car. I don't know what this is, whether that's a light. I'm not real sure what's going on there. Yeah, it's terrible, man. I didn't watch your new video on the BMW, but I'm guessing that your $1,900 Beamer is probably in a little better shape than these things are, considering you paid $1,900 for it. Second owner on this 48 Pontiac with an inline 8. Okay, so this is the 8. Starts and runs with a gas can. Typical, right? Looking to be adopted by a loving family. I love it. Yeah, it's going to take a loving family, somebody that's really after that car, because that's not something that somebody's just going to go out there and say, man, I think that's a cool looking car, I'm going to take it. It's going to take somebody that's looking for that car to go up there and buy that thing, especially at 4,500 bucks. Not a terrible price, but not a great price either. Moving on, looks like, let's hit this thing. This looks like a well worked over 1954 International R110. Not that I know anything about our international R110s. I do know that this guy wants $25,000 out of this one. So let's see if this is a $25,000 listing, or if this guy has just kind of messed around here. A lot of work into this truck, I can tell already. Looks like we've done some Frenching here on the front end. I bet you, whoa, hey now. Looks like it had some rust issues there on the front end. He patched some panels in there, went ahead and fixed some holes, because this thing would have had a big front bumper on it, so he Frenched in the holes that the bumper would have had. Looks like the bottoms of the fenders, bottom of the fender there. Not a bad looking truck if you're looking for a little sport truck. I don't know that these wheels really fit what he's going after, and the spare is definitely not going to work. But it is a good looking patinaed truck. Let's see what he's got in it. I'm willing to bet. What do you think this thing has for suspension? Is this P71 or Mustang 2? Because it's definitely not International D100. We have got pictures for days, guys, but for some reason I can't get them to come up or stay up. Yeah, like Garnett says there, smash that like button. Give us a subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel, guys. I do have lots of good videos out there. I don't know what's going on here now. We're kind of just bouncing all over the place. Probably all the add-ins and things I've got going on in the Ethernet here tonight. So rear 3/4 on the passenger side, front 3/4 on the passenger side, looking down on it. Not a terrible looking truck, guys. 25K, not for me. I'm not going to give 25K for it, but I'm not going to say that it's not worth 25K. So it's got a 350 or a 4.6 in it. If I was betting, I'm going to say that's a 4.6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is a 4.6 liter. So it's probably sitting on an S10 chassis if I was a betting man. Looks like everything's Dynamated, set of decent seats in it. Yeah, not terrible. Nice little cruiser, most likely. Aha! There's your S10 dash. So this thing is definitely sitting on an S10 chassis. I still don't know that for sure, but considering they've got the S10 dash tucked in under the glove compartment there, I'm willing to bet there's a chassis, S10 chassis under it as well. Looks like he used some type of Home Depot product there in the trunk, in the bed. I don't know what's going on here for door cards, but looks like he's done something there anyway, trying to make it look pretty decent. I'm going to say this is an aftermarket steering column. Lots of pictures. It's a good looking car, it's a good looking truck. It's got a nice stance, and we're right back to the front. Alright, so let's see what we got here. PM for inquiries, running and driving on an S10 chassis, 4.3 automatic S10, running, works, everything. Everything works as it should and can drive anywhere. Cool little truck, clean North Carolina title, and located in Kannapolis, North Carolina. No trades, can help set up shipping, see less. So if you're in it to win it for an international, what did we say this thing was, R110, that might be you. Nice little S10 chassis swapped international pickup truck. Yeah, that probably brought back some either, I don't know, it may be good memories, it may be bad memories for you, Brad, but yeah, that 79 S10 Blazer, you would have had that same mechanical swiping dash there. 1954 Ford panel truck for $6,000. All right, let's find a deal here. What are you going to do, man? $1,200 1971 F100. So these are what we call bump sides. This looked to be like a short bed. Still waiting on it to get loaded here. Driven 1,000 miles, this vehicle has no significant damages or other problems. I beg to differ, my friend, considering the top of the wheel arch is gone, and we've got all kinds of things going on there. Let's see here. We've got 4 pictures to choose from. Rear, can't tell much. Rear windows out of it. Looks like he's got things cut in for the paint job. Front of it, no motor, no tranny, no steering column, no brakes. This is a shell of a truck. Looks like it might be sitting on P71. It is definitely some type of long short arm suspension. Not sure what. I'm willing to bet it's got the 9-inch under the rear. We're right back to the beginning. So let's see if he tells us a little more about it. Solid cab. Frame beautiful. All new 4-wheel disc brakes. Good start 9-inch rear end. Yeah, no idea what front suspension's under this thing. I can tell, like I said, it looks like it's a short long arm, so it's not the factory, whatever would have been. This should have been, even in 2-wheel drive form, it should have still been the twin I-beams. Where it's at right now, I don't know. Is it worth $1,200? I mean, essentially, you're getting a frame, some suspension, a bed, and a cab. Other than that, it doesn't look like it comes with much more. I don't know. $1,200 seems to be maybe a bit stretch for that one. There's a lot of work right there to do. And here we go. My internet is slow. Porsche, $5,500. $4,500 for a '78 Camaro. That one's in a little more complete condition, we'll call it. Here we go. '70 Chevrolet Monte Carlo LS Coupe. $13K. '51 GMC panel van. Square body Chevy short bed. Here's a weird one. 1969 Mercury Cougar. Not terrible. Right, '70 Mustang. This guy got it painted and decided that he wasn't going any further. For $20K, he got it painted. I don't know if he did the paint work himself. '53 Olds Super 88. There's your '73 Opel GT 2-door. People say those are three-quarter Corvettes, right? Another Mustang, 2003 Chevrolet Silverado for $6,000. That seems like an awful lot of money for an old cat eye. $9,500 for '28 Ford Model A. Here we go with a D150 for $2,000. Typical rust. Gonna have lots of problems with that thing. 1953 Buick Special. We're looking for a deal here. 41 Ford Coupe. That looks like it may have been a gasser or somebody was playing with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy. If you're gonna list these things, guys, come on, put a price in. Don't do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not even gonna look at that just because of that. That kind of angers me a little bit. 1978 Chevrolet Corvette for $3,800. I've wanted to build one of these as just a shop mule, essentially, to run around. But I'm told that the C3s are the hardest to get in and out of, especially for a big guy like me. And with the roof on it, I highly doubt my capability of driving this car. I don't think that I could. I don't think I could fit in it. 1964 Dodge 3/4 ton. Lots of it missing. Chevrolet Camaro 2-door for $5,000. That thing is a shell of itself. I bet you the floor is garbage, yada yada. And they still want $5,000 for it. Here's a '66 Mustang, big giant rod holes in the hood for $4,500. These guys are definitely out there watching Barrett Jackson and Mecum auctions and stuff and just licking their chops. There's another Opel up in Manassas, Virginia for $3,000. Here you go. There's a rare bird, literally bird. 1956 Ford T-Bird. That's a sharp car. '65 Plymouth Fury 2. That's a Plymouth Fury 3. My bad. Mustang C30. 73. That should have been a tin grill. It looks like it is. Ram 50 long bed. Looking for something obscure here. How about a '75 El Camino for $4,000? That's probably not a bad price for that car, considering most every part in this car will work on a Chevelle, short of the doors and of course the quarter panels and things in the rear. All the same suspension. A lot of this stuff will swap right over into a Chevelle. If there were a Chevelle guy out there who needed a parts car, this would be an excellent donor. 55 Chevrolet C10. There's a dead side for $1. We know that's wrong. '67 Caddy Coupe de Ville. way too much engineering went into these cars for me to do anything with that thing. You guys, Finnegan's building one now. I don't know if it's a 67 or not, but he's putting the big giant motor in it, and it's all chassised out and everything. He's put all kind of money into it. Same thing here. So here we got a 58 Ford Ranchero for $4,200. That's probably, if it's not the ugliest car ever built, I would say it's the second ugliest car ever built. And I'm a Ford guy. Yeah, another Chevy Camaro. All right, so that's the end of the list here for tonight, guys. Kind of funky. I would say my favorite on this list, if I were buying something, would likely be this 48. I really like that 48 Ford. This guy wants entirely too much money for that old Slick. I'm just trying to think here. Brad, this probably should bring back some memories. Oh, Shaker Hood. That thing's a Pontiac Can-Am. I don't know what this is. $2,500. Notice we are going to start stripping Can-AMS soon. I have approximately 15 1977 Pontiac Can-Ams. I'm selling whole cars and drivetrains with titles for $2,500. And any parts you need, probably have 10 of them. He has a corner on the market. I think that's what all these are. These Pontiac Can-Ams. That is an interesting car. That one met its demise against a tree, it looks like. All smogged out, air conditioning. Yeah, that's a hot rod, guys. Can-Am right there. Look at that. Interesting, for sure. I don't know. You guys looking for a Pontiac Can-Am? He's got a couple of them. It's got to be a rare bird, I would think, because I've never seen one. All right, so yeah, let's pick a winner here for tonight. What would I buy? What would the old Mongo man, if he had unlimited money in his pocket and wanted to build a vehicle? Well, I'll tell you this. Let's start here. If I was looking for something to drive on a daily basis that was cool and different, it would be this 1994 T-Bird Super Coupe. 3.8 liter. That was a solid motor with the supercharger on it, so you're not going to have the turbo problems that you would have had if it were a 4-cylinder. And then, like I said, it's based on the Fox body, so all the parts are going to be the same. And it's right here in Washington. Not a bad car. If I had, I don't know, if I was looking for a project car and I wanted to bust something down, I'm not a Mustang guy. I don't know. One of these days I'm going to build Cheryl a Mustang, but I'm not going to do a Mustang for me. I'm just not a Mustang guy. I never have been. I did kind of like that Pontiac Silver Streak, but that's entirely too much money for what that car is. 54 Ford panel truck. I mean, panel trucks are cool, but what is it? What are you going to do with it? 65 Fairlane. It's way too much money for that bump side. Man, I don't know. I'm not a fan of many of these for an actual project vehicle. Something that I would build up. Well, let's take a look at that Vet, huh? Let's see what this Vet is all about. Mechanic Specials. Now that's one I've never. I know where there's 5 of them. What, the Trans Am? Here we go. Okay. These things, I don't know. If I bought this, I would leave it just like it is. No paint, no nothing. Just like it is. It actually looks pretty cool like that. Stick shift. I don't know. This thing right here, it's in Fostoria, so that's not too far away. Looks like somebody's cobbled in their own Their own gauges. Looks like Derek from Vice Grip Garage did a bunch of wiring on it. That is definitely sure to give you problems in the near future. It's got the camo seat covers on it. This is this is right up the alley of what I was looking for. My man's already doing a burnout in it, so we know it'll turn the tires. Guy across the street here, he's wondering what in the Sam Hill's going on. But yep, looks like he got a little sideways on him there, having fun with it. But that's what you should do with these cars. Oh, here we go. Now we're starting to find out why it's $3,800. I think I've seen this listing before. As you can see, he's got this head off of it, studded. It does have what do we got here? Reliefs in the pistons. We got a broken piston. There it is. Yep. So this thing needs a motor, or it needs to come apart. Throw a rebuild kit in it real quick, and then off you go. What do we got? 1978 Corvette Anniversary Edition, needs an engine. Has a 700R4 automatic. Okay, so it's an automatic. It is a 383, but needs looked at. Has dart heads. One of the heads is off. Car is sold underneath. Winter Project. 3800 owns it. First come, no holds. Needs a motor. $3,800. I don't know. I do dig the way it looks though. It's got just the right patina. That is for sure. So, I don't know. I tell you what, guys. That is it for me tonight. I am going to get off of here. But I tell you, Jaron brought up a great thing there. Mechanic specials. So, the next live we do, which is hopefully is going to be sometime this week, we'll go ahead and do a mechanic special. That way, you guys can, we'll talk about that and see what's going on there. I don't know if this is going to change. There we go. You can see me a little better there. So yeah, we'll come back and the next one we'll do up is going to be the mechanic special live, and talk about what we find on that one. All right. Hey, thanks for joining me tonight, everybody. And like I said, hit that thumbs up. Give us a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, which from what I can see, everybody that is here right now is most definitely subscribed to the channel, and I thank you guys for being. And if you're catching this later in life, after it went live, by all means hit that subscribe and the notification bell so you'll know the next time I go live. All right, I'll try and give you guys a little more heads up too. Like I said, I just want to throw this together, see if I could do it, see what the logistics about it were going to be, and how it went from there. So, all right, if you like it, let me know. Talk to you guys later. The old Mongo Man is out. Now all I got to do is figure out how to shut it off. Stop streaming. Hey, see you later. Not yet. You will not be able to reconnect. Your stream will stop and you will know